Hi, how's it going? So, before we begin, I want to show you guys something. It's like a Missy Elliott music video. That was a cool effect. I did go to church today. So this is the program from the church that I go to. And I have mentioned the name of the priest at the church I go to. But I don't feel comfortable fully disclosing which church I attend, because I don't think that you should make too many things public online. I've had a lot of issues in the past with people, I believe, taking information that they've found about me online and making it seem as though we actually know each other. So, there we go. Perfect. We always read two. So there's usually like a New Testament and an Old Testament. So the New Testament was from Thessalonians, which we talked about the other day. And then there were two New Testament today. So we also talked about the Gospel, Matthew 15:21 through 28. And the reading was, "Then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to him, saying, 'Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed.' But he answered her not a word." So this is one time she's asked Jesus for help, and he seems to be ignoring her. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, "Send her away, for she cries out after us." But he answered and said, "I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So his followers, his disciples, have interjected here, and they're like, "Get rid of this lady. She doesn't belong here," you know? And Jesus it seems like he's reinforcing that, and he's saying, well, I'm only here to deal with the children of Israel. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, "Lord, help me." But he answered and said, "It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." And she said, "Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table." So that seems like a very disparaging thing for Jesus to be saying to this woman. And it seems kind of harsh. So actually, the priest did talk about this in the homily today. This was the focus of the homily. And she said, "Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table." So, acknowledging the fact that even though blessings might be promised specifically to this chosen group of people, that also blessings exist that can be bestowed upon those who are not born into this providence also. And Jesus answered, and he said to her, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire." And her daughter was healed from that very hour. So I do like that. I do like that story quite a bit in terms of the resolution. Obviously, some of the other parts of that are kind of rough. Like, it seems as though Jesus is being kind of racist, kind of insensitive. But overall, what he's trying to do is to show it as a teachable moment. That indeed, these blessings are bestowed, not just upon a few chosen, but rather upon all from henceforward, especially those who have faith. But even those who don't have faith receive blessing. And it's not really for us to understand the nature of these things. Obviously, that is within the scope of divinity. And I think about these things, too, in terms of how people perceive success in this very visible period of time. That there is this assumption, now this is especially true in something super regimented and competitive like K-pop, but you see it in influencers, you see it in pop stars here in America, that when people reach a certain level of success, their fan base and also other people then become very critical of every aspect of their lives and really not only hyperanalyze everything that comes out of their mouths, but also seek that out. Like, what new information can I find about this person to give me ammunition, usually against them? Because let's be frank, if you really care about somebody, you're probably not stalking their social media. You might be paying closer attention to art that they're putting out, or, whatever their discipline is. If you support someone as an artist, you might pay attention to what they're doing. But to go behind someone's back, whether you know them or not, and talk about what they are doing in their personal life that doesn't have to do specifically with what they're putting out into the world. And I'm going to put a bookmark here because obviously there's a topic I need to come back to. You're really not doing this person a service. You're really not looking out for them. And you don't actually care. You're just there for the spectacle of it. And that's why I have not been posting very much on social media, but rather have focused on doing videos for my YouTube channels, and also I post like little shorts on TikTok to entertain myself and not really put anything of substance out there. I don't want people to know where I am if they don't know me personally. I don't want people to know about my relationships unless they know me personally. All of these things for the past 20 years have been, and prior to that too, but within the past 20 years, there's really been this culture around voyeurism that did exist before, but was really hyper, ever since Britney's meltdown, that era, because of course there were a lot of things that led up to that for her and for all of us. What happened to Britney in 2008 was bad for all of us, not just for her. Obviously, it was awful for her. So Jesus is using this as a teachable moment to say, now wait a minute, we're talking about a human being here, somebody whose child is in great danger and very sick. But he doesn't say that, does he? Rather, he deals with it in terms of directly speaking to this woman. We do still have elements of that now. There are people who refuse to meet with or present awards to others who are part of a different ethnic or social dynamic than they are. It's a very conflicted time. Things are very strange, and things are getting very, churned up, such that I think there are a lot of people that will not stand the test of time who have come to prominence in this era. Perhaps it was always so, but there's a certain, tendency toward impermanence, I think, really characterizing this particular era. Some things that the priest did talk about this morning, that there were these 3 times when the woman comes forward. The first time she's met with silence. The second time she's confronted with her unworthiness. And the third time she is given the blessing. And that we often, as the faithful, do experience times when we feel very separate from God and from God's light. People often talk about dark night of the soul. But it's perseverance through that time that strengthens our faith. And hindsight will often show us that God was there during those times. So there's always continuing to do what we know to be right and true, and also doing our best to love, even when we feel God is silent to us. I mean, honestly, I don't always react from a place of love, but that is what I strive for. No one's perfect, and especially not me. Nor should we expect people to be perfect, even though they are online, even though they have chosen to use the internet. May God bless and keep all of you, and I hope that you are having a lovely day.